All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully everyone can hear me just fine. I've been starting to move away from using my over-the-ear headphones for things because I want to start using my earbuds a lot more because not only is it more comfortable for me, but it's also like, I don't have like a big headset on my head all the time whenever I'm doing things. So I'm just getting used to the idea of using my Bluetooth earbuds that I have from here on in. So that way, I had the freedom to move around, and I ain't got to worry about a cord's been ripped out, so now you can't use this anymore or anything like that. So I'm just telling you. Sorry, I gotta put them back inside their case. Got to put them back in their case so they can charge up because I was using them this morning. But to everyone here, welcome, 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 welcome. It is 12 o'clock. The boys have been fed, they've gone outside, and now I can devote my time to reading more One Piece. So let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Hold on, let me see. Oh, it doesn't want to accurately show that my chat is up on OBS. Naughty. But it doesn't matter. As long as I can see you guys on the regular feed, that's fine. Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another live reading of One Piece. Today, we're going to be going through Volume 26 of the series titled Adventure on Kami's Island. So yeah, it ought to be fun. So let's go ahead and continue with the story of One Piece! Volume 26. Monkey D. Luffy started out as just a kid with a dream to become the greatest pirate in history. Stirred by the tales of pirate red-haired Shanks, this is my announcer voice, Luffy vowed to become a pirate himself. That was before the enchanted devil fruit gave Luffy the power to stretch like rubber, at the cost of being unable to swim. A serious handicap for an aspiring sea dog. Undeterred, Luffy set out to sea and recruited some crewmates. Master Swordsman Zoro, treasure hunting thief Nami, lying sharpshooter Usopp, the high-kicking chef Sanji, Chopper, the walking, talking reindeer doctor, and the mysterious archaeologist Robin. Having defeated Sir Crocodile and restored peace to the kingdom of Alabasta, Luffy and crew bid Princess Vivi a tearful farewell and set sail once more upon the Grand Line. When the log pose suddenly points straight up, Nico Robin relates the legend of an island in the sky, and Luffy becomes determined to go there. It's out of sync? Of course it is. Of course it is. I always forget this. Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it's out of sync. We're doing it again! We're doing it again! You know, you have one late night stream where you want your audio to sync up with the video game, and then you completely miss it when you're having a live stream. Of course. I feel like this is going to be a recurring thing that happens on this channel. Ha ha! The story of One Piece, because I want my voice to be lined up with what I'm doing on screen. Let's do it again! The story of One Piece, Volume 26. Monkey D. Luffy started out as just a kid with a dream to become the greatest pirate in history. I don't care, I'm doing it over. Stirred by the tales of pirate red-haired Shanks, Luffy vowed to become a pirate himself. That was before the enchanted devil fruit gave Luffy the power to stretch like rubber, at the cost of being unable to swim. A serious handicap for an aspiring sea dog. Undeterred, Luffy set out to sea and recruited some crewmates. Master Swordsman Zoro, treasure hunting thief Nami, lying sharpshooter Usopp, the high-kicking chef Sanji, Chopper, the walking, talking reindeer doctor, and the mysterious archaeologist Robin. Having defeated Sir Crocodile and restored peace to the kingdom of Alabasta, Luffy and crew bid Princess Vivi a tearful farewell and set sail once more upon the Grand Line. When the log pose suddenly points straight up, Nico Robin relates the legend of an island in the sky, and Luffy becomes determined to go there. They set sail, to Jaya, and seek out a dreamer named Mont Blanc Cricket, who tells them of a mysterious ocean current that can carry a ship up to the sky. With the help of the Monkey Mountain Allied Force, they make preparations, but when Cricket's gold is stolen, Luffy goes to get it back, and in the process settles the score with Bellamy the hyena. Running late, the Straw Hat Pirates are set sail for the knock-up stream, but Marshall Teach, they don't even have the D in this, Marshall Teach, the leader of the Blackbeard Pirates who wants to become one of the 7 warlords of the sea, is waiting for them. Just as Teach issues his challenge, the knock-up stream hurls the merry-go skyward. What adventures await our heroes in the mysterious land of Skypiea? So, we got chapters 237 all the way to 246. So it should be interesting. Chapter 237, High in the Sky. Wapple's Omnivorous Rampage, Volume 2. I Eat Trees. And it shows Wapple running through this village, and apparently he ate some trees, and now the top of his head is basically just this big... His head is just a tree, like trunks and branches with birds living in it and everything. But good to see you, Cohagen. Good to see you, Abir, Ravi, and Psycho. Good to see everybody. And then it cuts to Luffy going, I can't breathe. And it shows Luffy and company being launched into the sky, and then they fly through the clouds. Yeah, they fly through the clouds. And then it just shows the knock-up stream slowly falling back to the ocean. And then it cuts to the Blackbeard Pirates, who managed to get some logs together, at least just one log, and they're just sitting on it because they tried to take out Luffy and company earlier, but it didn't work. Well, what do you know? They got away. They're a lucky bunch, goes Doc Q. Our prey escaped and you think it's funny? I say we go after them, Captain, goes Jesus Burgess. Don't worry, Burgess. They haven't disappeared from this world. If we stay on the Grand Line, we'll meet them again soon enough. And then it cuts to Van Augur. Aye, this world is one big endlessly turning wheel. If our will is strong, we'll meet them again. See? I told you so. Okay. Then it cuts back to Luffy and the crew as the Mary has stopped, but it's also kind of damaged. Like the sails are torn, the wings that were put on the ship are destroyed. Nami's coughing, Usopp's got a lump on his head and he's out. Sanji's coughing. Chopper's down, Zoro's out. Blast, what happened? We lose anybody? And Robin's not saying anything. But Luffy's already up and about going, Hey, you guys, look where we are! And then it just cuts to them in the clouds, but it's like a sea of clouds, and they're just up there. What is this place? It's pure white! Clouds?
We're above the clouds. We're sailing on the clouds,
goes Nami. Of course, we're sailing on clouds. You can't sail on clouds, goes Chopper, Zoro, and Sanji, because they're trying to dismiss it.
Hey, Usopp's not breathing.
What? Do something. Give him after-mouth. Okay, I'll give it to Nami. And it's like, Nami's okay, though, Sanji. Just pump your brakes. Idiot, goes Zoro. And then Nami.
This must be the Sky Ocean. But look, the log pose is still pointing up. This must be the middle level of the Emperor Cloud.
Did you call me an idiot? I forget.
We're going even higher? But how? I don't know.
First course of action! Captain Usopp will go for a swim! Yeah! Do it! Yeah, family's here. Then it cuts to Sanji going, Hey, be careful. We don't know anything about this ocean. All oceans are the same! Wow, there's hardly any resistance, and the visibility is terrible. I can hardly see anything. And Usopp is just diving through the clouds.
Yikes, I'm going deeper and deeper.
And then they go, he's not coming back up. And then it cuts to Robin, who goes, I was just thinking,
Does this ocean even have a bottom? Oh no! Oh no!
And then it cuts to... Hold up. This boy's being loud. Denim really goes on a barking spree whenever Mom and the girls come back home. He really does. Oh no! Did he fall through the clouds? Oh, stop! And it cuts to Luffy, who stretches his arms into the sky ocean. I warned you, fools!
Stretch your arm as far as you can, goes Robin. But I can't see through the clouds. Leave that to me. Oh, je fleur.
And while Luffy's stretching his arm through the sky ocean, Robin causes eyes to pop all over his arm so that she can search around. And Robin's focusing, and Luffy's hands goes through the bottom of the clouds, and then we see Usopp on the side screaming because he's fallen through the sky ocean.
There he is! Huh? Where? C'est fleur.
And then multiple hands jut out from Luffy's arm in order to grab onto Usopp.
Okay, pull him up. Luffy, pull harder!
Okay!
You did it! Here he comes!
Goes Nami.
That's not Usopp!
As it shows a giant octopus and what looks to be like a smaller sea dragon popping up through the sky ocean as well.
No! It thinks Usopp is lunch! Ah!
Goes Chopper and Nami. That's not so scary, as Zoro prepares to cut into it. And then Zoro jumps towards the octopus, one of its tentacles, as it gets closer to the Mary, and he cuts twice, and the whole arm of the octopus just explodes. And then it splashes underwater again. And then he just sheaths his sword again. Huh. What a strange beast. I'm not sure it's even a fish.
That octopus was like a balloon! But it was moving around. It had to be a living thing. Creatures live among these clouds.
I guess it's better to think of this as a sea.
What's that flat snake anyway? It must be a flounder. So this is a flounder.
And then it cuts to Usopp, who's just screaming, "Ah! Shut up, Usopp. What's wrong now?"
There's something in my pants!
And then it's like a small fish that's just inside of Usopp's trousers. And then Usopp just faints from the shock. And with Chopper,
Usopp! Sky Island is scary. Sky Island is scary.
And Robin.
This is an unlucky day. This must be a skyfish. Nolan mentioned them in his diary. In order to survive in this bottomless sky ocean, they evolved differently from their aquatic cousins.
So they became balloon-like or flat.
Their bodies are airfoils. These clouds are far less buoyant than water. Their scales are like feathers, and they have teeth like carnivores.
And Luffy is just looking at this flat fish that with teeth, and he's just messing with it. And he apparently brought it to Sanji, who didn't waste any time eating it. I sauteed it.
Dish! God, Dish is great! We weren't finished examining that!
And then it cuts to Nami, who goes,
It is good. I never tasted anything like it.
Let's try eating the big one. And then it cuts to Chopper.
Where's the Sky Island? Hey, a ship! Hey, you guys, it's a ship and a person?
Because we see a ship in the distance.
What?
As it cuts to a person standing in front of a ship, and then that ship itself blows up. What? What's wrong, Chopper? What? Did you see a ship, Chopper?
There's a ship, but it's gone now. There's a bull running over the clouds headed straight for us. We're in big trouble.
Calm down. You're not making sense. What's gotten into you?
Something's coming. Is it human? He's running on the clouds.
And it shows someone who looks like they're running across the
running across the clouds towards the Mary. Stop! What do you want?
I'm going to get rid of you.
Yo, Ozzy, good to see you. We are on the first chapter of Volume 26. Sit back and enjoy. Stop! What do you want?
I'm going to get rid of you.
He means business. And then Zoro prepares to fight. And Zoro going,
fine by me.
What? What? And then this individual kicks Sanji directly in the face. And then kicks away Zoro. And then smashes away Luffy.
You wimps! There are 3 of you and only one of him! Sky Island is scary! Sky Island is scary!
Then it cuts to this individual who flips into the air and aims at them because they look like they got like a big old bazooka. And then someone comes flying in right next to this individual with the bazooka. Enough! And then this individual stabs at the dude with the bazooka. And then this person lands on the Mary.
Huh? Who's this guy?
Him. I am the Sky Knight.
Pew!
And that's the end of chapter 237. Onwards to chapter 238. But first, we got a SBS International Investigation Committee? Interesting. Oda, in a previous volume's SBS Corner, I mentioned that we get quite a few One Piece questions from overseas. And I, the author, knew only a few of the countries it was sold in. So in this volume, with the help of the International Department staff at Shueisha, I checked into it. Thank you very much. The following chart shows the countries that were selling One Piece comics as of October 2002. Man, this was out in 2002? These chapters were during the years of 2002. This is old. It's 20 years old. It's 20 years. These chapters are 20 years old. That's ridiculous. Thank you The following chart shows the countries that were selling One Piece comics as of October 2002, but you definitely won't be able to get any foreign editions in Japan. So, the countries back then that was selling One Piece was Taiwan, Korea, Singapore, France, Spain, Brazil, Hong Kong, Thailand, Malaysia, Italy, Germany, and the 4 countries listed below are scheduled to begin selling One Piece after 2003. Indonesia, Sweden, Denmark, and then Mexico. So, man, the places that were selling One Piece was already kind of big, but then it started to grow, and now it's just a worldwide thing. Ain't that amazing? It started out small, and now One Piece is a worldwide thing. Success. But that's the end of the SBS. Onwards to chapter 238, Heaven's Gate. Wapple's Omnivorous Rampage, Volume 3. I eat lamps! As it shows Wapple in the middle of the night, and he apparently ate a lamp to brighten up the forest he's in with all the creatures around him just trying to get away from him because he's simply too bright. A lot of these animals he's surrounded by are nocturnal. So, him being a big old bright lamp is kind of ruining their whole vibe. And then it cuts to this Sir Lancelot looking dude who landed on the Mary going, he's gone.
What the heck? Who was that guy? You guys are pathetic! He clobbered all 3 of you! Thank you for saving us,
Ghost Chopper.
Yes, I had no choice. It was my duty. How can I lose like that? I can hardly move.
I can hardly move, goes Luffy.
That's probably because the air's so thin.
Now that you mention it, are you Blue Sea people?
Curious, does anyone wish that the Dragon Ball Super movies had the soundtrack like the old Dragon Ball Z movies? I'm not saying that because I like rock. I'm just saying that I feel like it'll make Dragon Ball Super movies hardcore. I mean, you could. You definitely could. But you know how it is when it comes to art direction and sound direction. Might not be the vibe they try to go for. Like they may not try to go for the whole Dragon Ball Z vibe since it's Super, so they got like a whole different feel. I mean, it could work. I mean, if you played like a scene from Dragon Ball Super but had one of the musics from the old show's soundtracks going over it, I'm pretty sure it would fit. But continuing on.
Are you blue sea people?
What's that? Who are you again?
I am the Sky Knight. Blue sea people live below the clouds on the Great Blue Sea.
I get it.
This is the White Sea, which floats 23,000 feet above the Blue Sea, and higher still is the White Sea, the upper stratum, which is 33 feet above it. Most Blue Sea people can't tolerate these altitudes.
Okay, I'm starting to get used to it.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better too. That's impossible! That's impossible! What? No!
Who was that man that attacked us?
Ghost Chopper.
One moment. No doubt you have a great many questions, but let's talk business first. I am a soldier of fortune. This sea holds many dangers. Those unfamiliar with sky fighting are targeted by the gorillas and become food for the skyfish. But I can save you from them. One whistle for 5 million X-tolls.
And the Straw Hat crew has no idea what he's talking about. What are you talking about, old man?
Huh? Don't be stingy, that's an incredible bargain. I won't go 1 X-toll lower. I have to make a living.
Sky Island is scary. Sky Island is scary.
Usopp is still on the ground, just shaking from fear.
What the heck is an X-toll? And what's this about a whistle? Didn't you people come by way of the Peak of Highest West? Then you must have got here by island hopping.
I don't know what you're talking about, old man.
Hold it. You mean there's another way to get up here? And island hopping? Is there more than one island in the sky?
What? Don't tell me you rode that beastly sea current. So people with such courage still exist, eh?
We didn't have to ride the current.
What's the big deal? We made it.
We were almost killed. We could have gotten more information. We should have gotten more information.
Did you lose any crew members?
No, we all made it.
The other routes are different, but they all have their perils. The knock-up stream is one of those gambles where either everyone makes it or no one does. There aren't many who take that risk, especially these days. You have to have both courage and skill. You're worthy sea dogs.
It was all thanks to me, actually. The others were all in tears and had given up, but I said, never fear, I'll get us there.
Oh, so Usopp gets up to try and prop himself up after he's been spending the last 5 minutes saying that this
Sky Island is scary. The Sky Island is scary.
Here's one whistle. Blow it once, and I will come down from the heavens to save you. By rights, you should pay me 5 million X-tolls in sky currency for that. But you may have this one for free in honor of your courage. You can use it to summon me anytime.
Wait! You didn't tell us your name!
I am Ganfor, the Sky Knight, and this is Pierre, my partner.
And then it cuts to his bird that has polka dots, this weird-looking bird that has polka dots all over it.
Pierre! Pierre's a bird?
Oh, wait.
Huh?
Pierre's a bird with the power of the horse fruit. Hey, that bird. He can transform into a winged horse.
And this bird that's with him just turns into a horse.
Just like...
Oh, how beautiful! He's like a Pegasus!
Yes, a Pegasus!
And it shows Pierre turning into a horse with wings, but its overall structure doesn't exactly look majestic. And everyone is just going, something seems off.
Good luck, brave ones! What a strange creature.
What a strange creature, as Ganfor flies off. Then it cuts back to Robin.
But we didn't really learn very much from him, did we?
No, not really. We're right back where
we started.
So how do we go up? So how do we go higher up?
Let's call the old man and ask him.
What?
Let's call the old man and ask him.
What? Luffy, no! Save that for an emergency when we really need his help. What do we do if that masked weirdo attacks again?
And before Luffy can even blow on the whistle, Usopp is pulling his lips back so he can't blow into it. And then Zoro.
Let's just sail somewhere.
Hey, look over there! What's that? It looks like a waterfall. Is it some kind of cloud?
All right, it's decided. We'll sail towards it. There's a huge cloud bank in our way.
What do we do?
It's rising above the sky ocean, so it must not be part of it.
Then what kind of cloud is it?
If it's just a regular cloud, we can sail right through it.
I'll touch it and see. And Luffy tries to stretch his fist towards the waterfall, and his hand just bounces off of it. Huh? My fist bounced off. And then Chopper just goes,
Wow!
look, I'm not falling through. It's soft like cotton. What is this? It's great.
Wow!
And then Chopper is just enjoying himself so much. Nami,
What sort of phenomenon is that?
How strange.
and we are back. We are back, peoples. I know you guys have been waiting. Sorry, I didn't want to end the stream. Because I didn't know how things were going to go. Let me refresh chat. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Had to wait for the internet to just come back in because it was just a whole neighborhood county-wide blackout apparently, and it was just like we were gone. But I need to continue where we left off. We're not done reading One Piece today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go! I can finally continue to read. Now, it's gonna seem like I've been. The stream says I've been active for 2 hours, even though I haven't been reading for that much. I haven't even been reading for a whole hour. It says 2 hours, but to everyone who doesn't know, because it's gonna jump cut from me going like, "What kind of phenomenon is that? How strange!" It's gonna cut to me screaming because, to those who don't know, at least for those who are gonna be seeing this video later, internet went out completely. My internet went out completely, and it just dropped for everyone. But we're back. I need to let everyone know that the stream is back up again, because I understand people had to dip because of that formality that happened. But we're back. We're active. The internet is live. So let's let everyone know that we're live. Star Squad Enterprises, yo! Good to see you. Had a little bit of a internet mishap where I had to wait for my internet to literally come back into my entire neighborhood. But we are back again, so let's continue. I'm tagging everybody. I'm tagging and let them know that we're back. We're back! So it was a Watch Dogs type of blackout. Something similar, but let's go back to where I left off. So, we got Luffy who was punching this cloud and he's bouncing on it. Look, I'm not falling. I'm back in it. Let's go. I'm not falling through. It's soft like cotton. What is this? It's great. And then Chopper is just completely beside himself about it. You know what I did to occupy myself while I was waiting for this for the internet to come back? I was making progress in Watch Dogs. I've made so much progress. I got gorilla arms, but we're back. Yeah, I'm gonna continue once I'm done.
What sort of phenomenon is that? How strange.
Wow! I want to try it too!
It feels so good. It's nice and warm. I could fall asleep. It's even better than a futon that's been hung out in the sun. So I'm like, Luffy, how do you know about futons? Like, you be sleeping on futons on a regular basis? I'm just saying. And both Chopper, Usopp, and Luffy are just having fun on this floaty cloud that's in the distance. Mind you, we've been waiting for so long, and I'm merely on the second chapter of this volume. Let's go.
But this means the ship can't pass through it.
Hey, go to the top and see if there's a way for the ship to get through.
Yeah, okay.
Luffy, there's something over that way.
What?
Hey!
As it cuts to Chopper, as it cuts to Nami, who goes,
Hey!
A gate?
Yeah, at the bottom of the waterfall, there's a huge gate. You'll see when we get there. It's the next left. I mean right.
Are you sure it wasn't left?
Let's call the old man in the armor.
No!
All right, I think we're through. Hey!
What?
It says Heaven's Gate. And look, that cloud that looks like a waterfall really is a waterfall. It's cascading down from a cloud like the one you were bouncing on.
And it's just this big gate that's in the clouds that says Heaven's Gate on it, that leads to the waterfall that goes higher into the clouds.
This is a terrible omen. We're all gonna die.
Do you ever think that maybe we're already dead?
Yeah, that's more likely.
We're all dead?
Heaven? I can't wait. I'm finally going to heaven.
You mean Cyberpunk, you said Watch Dogs. Oh, no, I don't, I meant Cyberpunk because I was playing, oh wait, you mean Cyberpunk, oh no, I said Watch Dogs instead of Cyberpunk, that's what I meant, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was playing Cyberpunk, waiting for the internet to come back on, and, yeah, I made a lot of progress with my gorilla arms and everything. I'm sorry, I saw Watch Dogs, my mind thought Cyberpunk, but I said Watch Dogs, but you know what I mean. But there's like this big gate and they're just hanging in front of it. And as they go past it, Luffy goes, "Look over there! There's somebody coming out!"
Are you tourists, or have you come to make war?
And it's this elderly lady who's just taking their picture as they pass through.
It doesn't really matter. If you want to go up to the upper stratum, you'll have to pay the entrance fee of 1 billion X-tolls per person. That's the law.
And this old lady's name is called Amazon, Heaven's Gate Inspector. And she has like these little wings on her back, but she's incredibly elderly and she's got like this old Nikon picture camera. Nikon, not Nikon, Nikon. I was thinking Nissan, but Nikon picture camera.
An angel! Isn't that what an angel looks like? She's a pruny little angel.
How much is 1 billion X-tolls?
What if we don't have any money?
You may pass. We can?
As Usopp is like, what? And Amazon goes,
but that choice is entirely your own. I'm neither a gatekeeper nor a guardian. I'm merely asking what you wish to do.
Then we're passing. We're going to the Sky Island. We don't have any money, but we're going through, Granny.
I see. 7 of you, right?
Yeah, but how do we get up and then something grabs the Mary, and it looks like a giant polka-dotted lobster.
What is that thing? It just popped up!
The famous Lobster Express of the White Sea.
And then this giant lobster grabs their ship and starts scuttling up to where the waterfall is.
Ah, we're moving!
Is it going up the waterfall?
It's carrying us up!
Amazon, Inspector of Heaven's Gate reporting to the omnipotent Kami and his vessels. Oh!
Amazon, Inspector of Heaven's Gate reporting to the omnipotent Kami and his vessels. 7 people have illegally entered Godland Skypiea. Render heavenly judgment.
As it cuts to the Mary and everyone aboard being taken up this whole waterfall with Amazon smirking and smiling to herself. And that is the end of chapter 238. I feel like I was stuck on 238 for so long because of that internet blackout, but I'm glad we are back. Let's go! So before we move on to chapter 239, we got another SBS. Hold on. Angel. I know, Cohagen, I know! Alright, so, we got this SBS here from the International Investigation Committee. Here is a list of how the main characters' names are pronounced in different countries. Some of them are very different. So, in Korea, the pronunciation of Luffy is monkey with 2 E's, D, and then Luffy with 2 E's. No Y's. But monkey is just Monkee, D, Luffee. So there's no 2 F's and no Y's. And then Roronoa Zoro is Lolo Noa Zolo. Then Nami is just Nami. Usopp is Usopp with just 1 P and a U. Sanji is pronounced Sandi, so no J. And Chopper is pronounced Choppa with 2 A's. Then in China, Luffy is just Lufu, Lufu. And then Zoro is pronounced Solon, which is Solon. Nami is called Name with Mamei. Usopp is called Bienzanbu, which is Bienzanbu. Sanji is Sanjisu, which is Shanjisu. And then Chopper is Chaupa, which is Chaopaa. Then in Brazil, Monkey D. Ruffy is Monkey do Huffy. Monkey do Huffy. And then Roronoa Zoro is Hohonoa Zolo. And then Nami is just Nami. And continued on page 62, but we'll get to it. And then another. The One Piece anime is already being shown in Taiwan, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Singapore, Italy, and Greece. Luffy and the gang speak in the language of each of those countries. I wish I could see it sometime. So just think about this. Not only do we have the people who do the English dub of One Piece and the usual cast that does the normal sub of One Piece, but we have people who are appointed to do the dub of One Piece in different countries. You know, Spanish, Latin, Greek, Chinese, all these different German, all these different languages for One Piece so that the entire world can enjoy One Piece and not just people here over in stateside and over in Japan. That's how extensive this entire series is. Chapter 239, Angel Beach. Wapple's Omnivorous Rampage Volume 4. I eat benches. And it shows Wapple, who's interrupting a couple's time out because he turned himself into a bench because he ate one. And then it cuts to the Straw Hat crew that is still steadily going up this massive waterfall. Now, mind you, remember that Ganfor said that the stratum, the upper stratum, is at least 33,000 feet higher than where they were. So they're going on this long, winding waterfall that weaves higher and higher into the air. Can't tell if this long, winding waterway is longer than Snake Road from Dragon Ball Z, but it's still a long way that they have to travel up. And you need lobster in order to get there.
What's going on? This cloud is turning into a belt. It's like a river. I can't believe this is a natural phenomenon. No way this is natural.
There's some writing up there.
It's the exit.
Godland? Skypiea?
It's not an exit. It's an entrance.
As all the Straw Hats' eyes open up and they go sailing into the air as we reach
an island. It's Skypiea!
Skypiea, land of the gods on the white sea. They finally made it, ladies and gentlemen. We've made it to Skypiea. Oh, things are gonna get interesting. And they're just sailing on the fluffy clouds, and it shows Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper. They start running on the clouds. Like, sure, they can sail on it, but they start running on the clouds.
Hey, it's an island made of fluffy clouds! Woo! Skypiea!
And then Zoro chimes in. Hey, what about the anchor? There's no bottom to this ocean.
Never mind that. Check this out. The beach feels fluffy.
Never mind the anchor. But this scenery really is amazing. It's like a dream.
And it cuts to Zoro, who's preparing to throw the anchor overboard.
Yeah, but look at those guys. They're so excited. They're hopeless.
And then Sanji just flips in and dives in after them.
So are you.
Joel!
Ow! Ouch! I'm sorry!
And it cuts to the South Bird who's poking Nami in the back of her head.
Jeez, I forgot to set it free.
Looks like there are people here. It'll survive.
What about the anchor?
I dropped it. That fluffy cloud stuff is this island's foundation.
And then Robin comes out. Now, mind you, Nami and Robin have changed outfits to fit the climate of where they are.
So, this is Skypiea. Yeah, and that's the name on the map Luffy found. That galleon that fell from the ship really did come from here 200 years ago. Frankly, when I heard about an island in the sky, I didn't believe it existed.
And then Nami jumps down in onto the cloud sea as well.
Look! But here we are. It's real!
And then it cuts to Zoro as he's talking to Robin.
What about you?
Huh? I'm going ashore too.
So sailing the seas and exploring new lands is your idea of adventure? I never thought about it that way.
And then Zoro's just looking at her. I love this place! The smell of adventure is overpowering! And Luffy is just enjoying himself. And then Nami is just stretching her arms and enjoying the beach as well.
Ah, the Navy will never find us here. We can really relax at last. It's been so long since I went to the beach.
We always stop at ports.
And then it cuts to Sanji, who's looking at the different flowers.
What's this? What a mysterious flower. I wonder if its petals are like balloons too.
Huh? That's a funny looking nut. Oh wait, we need to keep going. Oh wait, sorry, I read this part, but I didn't realize that one portion of the panel sort of snuck over to the other side of the page.
We always stop at ports. This is the captain. It's all so much fun. I don't know where to start. This is Usopp.
This is the captain. This is the captain. It's all so much fun. I don't know where to start.
This is Usopp. Why don't we stay here and relax a while? Relax? Sounds great. Proposal rejected. Rejected? You mean accepted?
And then Sanji.
What's this? A mysterious flower? I wonder if its petals are like balloons too.
Huh? That's a funny looking nut. And then Luffy goes up and he tries to chew on this fruit that's in the trees, and he bites on it and he breaks several teeth in the process.
Yeah, what is this?
Hey, Usopp, I found a nut! And then he just tosses it at Usopp and it hits him in the head.
Ow! Why you? I'll get you for that.
Chopper, look, what is that?
Look, Nami, flowers!
Huh?
This really is a cloud?
As it cuts to Robin and Zoro, who finally make it to the beach with the rest of the Straw Hats.
Wow, even this chair is made of clouds. There must be some technique for molding them.
Ah! It's different from that fuzzy wuzzy cloud.
Look, Nami, flowers!
You kind of sink into it.
And then it cuts to some music being played. And Luffy is still trying to bite into that nut from before, but it didn't work.
Huh? What's that?
And then it cuts to like some sort of fox creature that walks up to Zoro.
What's that? A fox?
What's that?
Look, a person.
Is it that gorilla? Is that gorilla again? The whistle! Where's the whistle?
Wait, it's an angel, goes Sanji.
An angel?
And it's this individual with wings who's strumming on a harp on a far-off hill in the distance.
Hesso.
Ah!
Did you come from the blue sea? Come here, Sue.
And then I guess the fox's name is called Sue as it runs over to this woman. We flew up in our ship. Do you live here?
Yes, I live here. This is Angel Beach in Skypiea. Do you like Konash?
Huh?
The top of the shell is as hard as a rock. It's no use biting it.
And then she starts carving into this big old pumpkin-like fruit that Luffy brought down earlier. And she carves into the top of it and cuts a knife into it.
Here you are.
And then she puts a straw in it.
I am Konis.
Yum! This is great! Really? Let me try it.
If you're in trouble, I'll be happy to help you.
Hey, can you open this one too?
Konis and Cloud Fox Sue, residents of Angel Beach, Skypiea. Okay, so we have our first we have our first, not our first appearance, but we got like our first appearance of Conus, or Conus, however you want to say it. Y'all don't know how happy I am that the internet is back so I can continue on. You guys were talking about working out, and y'all said that some of y'all would stay and be patient. I'm just saying thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being patient with me when things happen on this channel. You guys don't know just how much of an example you guys set for me. Thank you. Whoa, you can melt a man's heart with that look. And then it cuts to Nami, who's pulling on Sanji's ear, going,
"You're in my way. We have a lot of questions. All of this is very strange to us. I'd be glad to answer them."
Hey, something's coming from the ocean.
"It's a slug!"
"Oh, that's my father."
Conus! Hesso!
"Hello, father."
"What's Hesso mean? What's that thing he's riding? Hey, that's pretty cool!"
"Oh, you mean the waiver?"
Pardon me, I'm coming ashore.
And it cuts to this individual who's riding on what looks to be like a boat motorcycle. Like a boat motorcycle. Hold on, let me put this back to where it's live. On some sort of boat motorcycle type thing.
Pardon me, I'm coming ashore.
And he sails right up to the beach and kind of crash lands. Huh?
Uh-oh. Is anyone hurt? You're the one that crashed.
"Luffy, didn't you salvage something like that?"
"Oh yeah, it was a waiver.
It was a waiver. Nolan mentioned them in his diary, boats that run without wind."
Are these people friends of yours, Conus?
"Yes, father, I just met them. They're from the Blue Sea."
I see. Then they must feel rather lost. You've reached the White Sea.
Huh? We're not lost! We're not lost!
Pardon me, I should have introduced myself. I am Pagaya. I am Pagaya, or is it Pagaya? I couldn't say. I am Pagaya.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, this is perfect. I was just out fishing for the finest catch in the White Sea. A sky lobster. Won't you come to our home and enjoy the bounty of the sky with us?
Really? Sure, we'll come!
Skypian cuisine, eh? Let me help you cook it.
"Can I ask you something first? How does this operate? There's no sail to catch the wind and you weren't rowing. How does it move over the waves?" "Oh, you must not know what a dial is."
Oh, the introduction of the dials.
"A dial?"
And that's the end of chapter 239. Onwards to chapter 240, where we got a continuation of how different countries pronounce the characters in another SBS. So Germany, Luffy is written as Ruffy with an R, but his pronunciation is still Luffy. Zoro is written out with 2 R's, but his pronunciation is Zolo. Nami is written out as Nami. Nami is basically the same. Almost basically the same when it comes to different countries, almost. And I stand corrected as I go into the Hong Kong section. But Nami is just still written out as Nami. Usopp is written out like Lysop, and then pronounced Lysop. Sanji is written out the same way as Sanji normally is. Chopper is written out the same way as it normally is. Then we get to Hong Kong. Luffy, I can't even pronounce all these kanjis. Luffy is just written out the same. Zoro is written out Cholo with a Cholo. Nami is written out Noimei. So it's Noime. So if, like, you know, I'm just going to butcher these pronunciations. I hope you're ready. It's going to happen. Nothing you can do about it. Usopp is written out Usopp with 1 P, but an O at the end. Sanji is still written out the same way, pronounced the same way. And then Chopper is written out Soppa with Soppa. Then in Singapore, Luffy is written out Lufu. Zoro is written out Suoholon. Nami is written out Namei. Usopp is written out... You can't even tell that's Usopp's name. Usopp is written out by Pyanlenbu. Sanji is written out Shn like Shanjishi. And then Chopper is written out by Chiappa, like Chow, but it's Chiapa. Although written differently in other countries, the pronunciation is often very similar, so we listed the more exotic ones here. Nico Robin isn't listed because she hasn't debuted yet in these countries. That's only natural since they started later than Japan did. Which reminds me, sometimes I get fan mail from abroad that I can't read, but I can feel the sentiment contained in the words, and that makes me very happy. Thank you. Chapter 240, Dial Power. Wapple's Omnivorous Rampage Volume 5. A town makes a great snack, as it shows Wapple basically just eating people's homes. Like, after being sent flying by Luffy, he's just eating people's houses. This is the accelerator? So you just press on it. You just press on it, huh? And then Luffy just goes rocketing off on the waiver.
Woo! Yeah! It's going! Ah! You did it!
Why is it shaking so much? It won't stop! And it shows Luffy just shaking violently on this waiver.
Ah!
And then Luffy crashes and he's sent flying.
He fell off.
He's really tumbling.
Oh no! I hope he's not hurt.
And this is Caunus. Then, Pagaya.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have let him ride it alone.
I wonder if people with devil fruit powers sink in the sea like they do in seawater.
Well, it's not like the normal sea. Maybe he'll float. Down he goes. I guess. Down he goes. I guess not.
As it shows Luffy slowly sinking into the clouds.
That was close. He almost fell through.
Well, that was your fault for standing around saying stupid stuff. We were almost too late.
I almost fell through the cloud.
It was all my fault for allowing a novice to try it.
But why did you jump in, Chopper? Sky Island is scary. Sky Island is scary.
Then we cut back to Pagaya.
Waivers are built very light for the sake of speed, but even a small wave can send them out of control. The operator must understand the sea and anticipate the waves. Forgive me.
Is it that difficult? I wanted to try it too.
I've been practicing since I was a child, and I only recently learned how to drive it.
If you practice, you can be ready in about 10 years.
What? That's a long time. Hey, she's riding it.
And it cuts to Nami, who's just perfectly riding it.
This is wonderful.
What? She's amazing. I can't believe my eyes.
You're wonderful, Nami.
Ah!
How come she can ride that thing?
There's a trick to it. Your touch isn't delicate enough, Luffy.
Hey, Nami, we're going to the man's house now. Hurry up and get off, stupid. Get off right now, you dummy.
Nice try.
You guys go on ahead. Can I ride it a little longer, mister?
Of course, but please be careful.
This is like a dream. I never imagined anything could glide so quickly over the water without the help of the wind. I wonder if it would work on a normal ocean. I'd love to take one home with me, but the one Luffy salvaged is probably too damaged.
How come she can ride it so easily? That thing really shakes. Come on, Luffy, we're gonna leave you behind.
She looks like she's having a blast.
Sink!
Rotten kid, as Luffy is jealous over the fact that Nami is able to ride on the waiver easily while everyone else had a hard time. While he had a hard time.
Sink! Yeah!
Rotten kid, as Sanji knocks him in the back of the head. What's that over there? It looks like a factory.
Ow, you made me bite my tongue, Sanji!
Good. Huh? Where?
Huh? Where?
You must mean the Cloud Quarry.
Cloud Quarry? Is that like a stone quarry?
It's a place where they cut clouds for construction.
You can cut clouds?
Everything's
topsy-turvy here.
Perhaps you people came to the White Sea via the Milky Road. Milky Road? You mean that road like a big noodle the lobster dragged us over? It's a man-made cloud canal. There are two types of natural clouds. The one your ship traversed is a sea cloud, and the fluffy clouds that you can walk on are island clouds.
Can you swim and ride a waiver on normal clouds?
No, those clouds have entirely different condensation nuclei from normal clouds. You see, there is a mineral known as sea prism stone in the blue sea.
Sea prism stone? It's in your clouds? Oh wait, this is Robin going.
Sea prism stone? It's in your clouds?
There's an ingredient in it called pyroblowin. Pyroblowin. Particles of keratin are hurled into the sky by volcanoes, and they absorb moisture. Depending on their density, they either become sea clouds or island clouds.
Oh yeah, that stuff.
Ah, yes, that stuff. I used to play with it as a kid. Keratin particles.
Stop lying, goes Sanji, because he's all like, stop trying to be part of the conversation. You guys are not smart enough to know what's being said here.
As I mentioned earlier, the Milky Road and the chairs you saw on the beach are made of.
What about those slides over there?
Yes, those are Milky Roads as well. Island clouds are cut at the cloud quarry and then compressed to achieve the desired density. They're man-made clouds. This is my house. Please come in.
This is great. What an awesome view. I can see Nami on the water. And they get to their house, and it almost looks like a beach house. It almost looks like a beach house, like a beachfront. Skypiea has such wonderful architecture. Did I skip over a page? I didn't. Usopp, you idiot!
Huh? What did I do?
Now press the apex of the shell.
What's an apex?
The top of the shell, but pressing it won't do anything.
Hey, you can press it! We're actually going to find out at chapter 1100 that Usopp actually did play with that stuff as a kid. Look, it wouldn't surprise me. This man has been lying all his life, and yet it's strange how one of his lies turned out to be real, such as the giant goldfish that we saw when they left Little Garden. Oh, it's so beneficial to read the chapters so that they're in my brain. The benefits of reading the series from the beginning. Up here, it's so amazing. So amazing!
Now press the apex of the shell.
What's an apex?
The top of the shell, but pressing it won't do anything. Hey!
Hey, you can press it. It's soft right here. Usopp, you idiot!
Huh? What did I do?
Now press...
Huh? The shell made fun of Usopp! That was your voice!
Amazing. It recorded sound. Is this shell a dial?
Yes, it's a tone dial.
I'm sinking right into this chair.
And this is Chopper, who's just like chilling in the chair. The Skypeans and the people of Skypiea have lazy boys. And they're the pinnacle of lazy boys. It's like memory foam, but it's made from memory cloud. Can you imagine what sleeping in a bed made from clouds of Skypiea could feel like? Ultimate fluff. No stuffing, just pure soft. Oh, that's gotta be comfortable. That's gotta be comfortable.
It's a shellfish that lives in the white sea that can record and reproduce sounds. We mostly use them to record music.
Usopp, you idiot!
Huh? What did I do?
And both Usopp and Luffy are laughing at this tone dial. This thing is great!
But what if the white sea has no sea floors? Where do these shellfish live?
We get them from sandbars across the reefs. So this is a dial. But I still don't understand how a waver moves.
And then that's coming from Robin.
We use these to propel our wavers only on a larger version. Only a larger version. This is a wind dial. For example, if you force air into it for 30 minutes, wind will blow out of it for 30 minutes on command.
And it shows Luffy taking that shell and swinging it around so that air blows into it, and then he presses a button, and then that same air blows directly into his face.
Wow!
The amount of wind they can absorb depends on their size. This one could propel a lightweight craft, like a waver. So a waver is propelled by a blast of wind. I can barely handle a waver myself, but they can also propel skates and boards and all sorts of things.
Imagine surfing on a waver board powered by wind. It's like a hoverboard. How come we don't have hoverboards yet? We can make it so magnets don't touch the surface of different things, but we can't make hoverboards where they can float off the ground? Come on. We're making rail guns and all this sort of stuff, but why can't we make hoverboards? That's great. I want to ride a waver. She's so lucky. We even have one.
But ours is old and beat up. After 200 years, I doubt it'll run.
One can never tell. A dial is merely the shell of a dead shellfish. As long as it remains intact, it should function.
Really? Here, look!
Here, really? Here, look!
But it probably won't work, Luffy.
She's so lucky, as Luffy continues to watch Nami surf outside.
And there are other kinds too. What? Of dials? This is a dial too, isn't it? Yes, that's a lamp dial. It collects light.
Wow! The shell lights up!
The civilization of Skypiea owes much to dial power. There are also flame dials that preserve heat, scent dials that retain smells, vision dials that archive pictures, and many other kinds.
It's fascinating!
We wouldn't be able to live in the sky without them.
And then it cuts to Sanji who goes, "Ah!
What's the matter?
This blue sky-colored sauce is too weird. I tasted it, but it's disgusting. My tongue's gone numb."
Oh, I'm sorry. That's spoiled.
Then throw it away! Are you trying to kill me? Sanji seems to be having fun.
I think he's overwhelmed.
Dinner is served! A seafood extravaganza featuring the products of Sky Island to delight your palates. And then it's like a whole bunch of lobster. Lobster looks so good right now. Oh, the lobster looks so good right now. I had lobster. When we went to go out to eat for Mother's Day with my mom, I had lobster mac and cheese along with lemon crusted sea bass or black peppered sea bass. And the lobster mac and cheese, the noodles themselves were very thick, but I ate all of it. Especially the lobster. It was just so undeniably good. My goodness, it was good. Seafood is good. Seafood is so good. My heart goes out to those who can't handle shellfish, are allergic to shellfish, even deathly allergic to shellfish, but it's really good. Mind you, I will eat all the shellfish on your behalf and tell you how good it is, but seafood is so good. But there's a whole plate of just endless amounts of seafood and all sorts of foods all over. Hungry. I am hungry. It looks delicious! Hey, where'd Nami go? She must still be out riding the waver. Yum, this lobster's really good! I don't see her. She just went out.
She just went out a little farther. Forget her.
Father, I hope she's all right.
Yes, I have a bad feeling about this, Cornus.
What? What's wrong?
In Skypiea, there is one place you must never go, no matter what. It borders our island, so it's easy to reach on a waver.
And then it cuts to Nami, who goes,
They're huge! What is this place?
A place we must never go? Why not?
It's sacred. It's the upper yard, the domain of the kami.
Solid ground.
As Nami runs into this forest of gigantic trees. Gigantic trees. And that's the end of chapter 240. Onwards to chapter 241, Heaven's Judgment. A kami? And a place nobody's allowed to go?
Yes, this is Godland, the realm of the omnipotent kami Eneru.
Ooh, we hear. Ooh, we hear. We hear. First mention.
Yes, this is Godland, the realm of the omnipotent kami Eneru.
Hey! Luffy, what are you thinking about? Listen to what she's saying. We must never go there. Do you understand what that means? Luffy!
And then Luffy just starts beaming and he starts smiling, going, huh? There's a place I can't go? I see. A place I absolutely can't go to, huh? And he just starts humming to himself and he starts walking away. And everyone, Sanji, everyone, Chopper, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp are all thinking, he's going to go there. Like, because it's on his mind. But if he's a god, won't he forgive us? Gods are kind, right?
I'm afraid the kami would certainly destroy you.
I see. Oh well, it doesn't matter.
That's because he intends to go.
That's because
he intends to go there no matter what!
And that's Chopper thinking this. All right, let's go find Nami. Wait, let me eat this first. And then it's like, Luffy's all like, let's do this. Oh, wait, food. Hey, while you're stuffing your face, Nami could be in serious danger. Leave that. We're coming right back.
But we don't know if she went that way or not. Please be extremely careful. You mustn't incur Kami Enaru's wrath.
Oh yes, that old waver you mentioned earlier. Do you want me to take a look at it? If it can be fixed, I'll make the repairs.
Father is a dial craft engineer.
Really? Thanks, mister! And then it cuts back to Nami, who gets closer and closer to the forest.
What? These trees are enormous. I wonder how old they are. I can't see their tops.
And then there's a thud sound.
I hear something. And voices? This is creepy. I'm getting out of here.
And then someone, loads their guns right behind Nami. And she looks behind and her eyes just go blank. And then we cut to someone. That's running through the forest. Help me! And help! And they keep running. And then another individual sees this one person running, and they whistle. And as they keep going, this man screams out in terror as a giant dog is right in front of this person who's running away. Ah! Huh? And then another person comes swooping in as this person who whistled for the dog goes, huh? And this person comes in and kicks this giant dog in the face and sends it flying.
Hey you, that's my prey.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry too. He's mine. Don't interfere. Ho ho! You're the one who's interfering.
And it's this large, rotund dude with a bowler hat on his head. And then another person fires the other person, the one that we saw before. One of the gorillas fires their gun, and all three of these other individuals take notice as Nami is almost hit by this shot. But this person fires their bazooka directly into the trees. And then Nami's just watching as this person just fired into the trees. And then the smoke clears.
What is that?
As it cuts to that person who was running away screaming for help, coming out of the smoke, barely holding on as he's bleeding. Hey, help me! Get me out of here! I missed the ship! Please! I'll pay you whatever you want!
But this is a one-man craft. I don't know if it can carry us both. We might sink.
Gah! And then the person starts flinching.
Huh?
Gorilla! And then the place where this person is gets engulfed in this all-consuming light. Like this individual was all like, he gets hit, and then all of a sudden where he is just completely blasted instantly.
No, it's Enaru. How dare he do that to the Vars?
And then this gorilla dude that was skating earlier jumps backwards. And then it cuts to Nami. Who's watching this dude just skate away real quickly after seeing this whole area just implode in a massive blast. And I think the blast was so large that it actually split a tree right down the middle and destroyed the ground underneath it as well. Get the water dial! Quick! Put out the fire! Yeah, the whole tree was split down the middle.
It sounded like he was talking to someone.
There was a gorilla, but he ran away.
Make that dog shut up.
He was begging for his life. Hee hee. I don't get Lord Enaru sometimes, but if he's just going to settle things himself, what are we supposed to do?
He wanted to save time.
Save time?
More illegal trespassers have arrived.
More?
Old Lady Amazon said there was a ship with 7 Blue Sea people aboard.
7 Blue Sea people? Is he talking about us?
Because Nami is hiding from these people. From all of them.
Trespassers? Because we didn't pay the entry fee? No way!
You'll have to pay the entrance fee of 1 billion X tolls per person.
They hunt people down for that?
Only 7? That's no good.
You can't divide 7 heads among 4 people.
What was that blast? Who are these men? What is this place?
Lovely Street, Angel Island. Attention! Hesso! Hesso, everyone!
It's the White Berets. Did something happen?
Be on alert! Several illegal entrants arrived at Angel Beach today. The White Berets are now conducting a search for these criminals. Captain McKinley, White Beret Force of the Skypiea Police.
Oh no, I have to go tell the others right away.
As it cuts to Nami, who's speeding off towards where everyone is at. It's really old, huh? Can you fix it?
I'll have to take it apart to find out.
And someone's calling on the ship. Hey, Luffy. We're going. Get on board.
Huh? Mister, what's that?
Hey?
You! In that suspicious ship! Halt! Who are these guys? And that is the end of Chapter 241. Onwards to Chapter 242. Class 2 Criminals. Wapple's Omnivorous Rampage, Volume 6. I, King Wapple, am captured. As it cuts to Wapple, who's in chains and being arrested because of all the chaos that he was wreaking. And he's being held at gunpoint by Marines. And then it cuts to Captain McKinley and a bunch of his dudes who are crawling, and they're directly in front of Luffy and company. Like they're prone. Like think Solid Snake when you go prone in Phantom Pain. They're prone and they're crawling towards Luffy and everybody else. I haven't played Phantom Pain in so long. It's just like the whole thing of like, you need all these resources in order to take objects with you out in the field. I'm like, okay, I'm good. But they're all just crawling prone in front of Luffy and everybody else. Battalion, halt! Hesso!
Hesso.
Good work, Hesso.
What are you guys saying?
Why were they all crawling?
I don't know. Maybe they're freaks.
Oh, so that's what freaks look like.
That's why I said to get on the ship, that Luffy. Luffy, never mind them. We have to find Nami.
So you're the ones from the Blue Sea. You're the ones from the Blue Sea. The 7 trespassers.
Huh? Trespassers?
Huh? What's that? Don't try to talk your way out of it. Amazon, the inspector at Heaven's Gate, sent us this picture she took with a vision dial.
That's ridiculous. It must be a mistake, Captain McKinley. These people don't seem like criminals to me. What's all this about trespassers?
The entrance fee was 1 billion X-tolls, and we didn't pay it, remember?
But she said we could pass, that old snitch.
No excuses. Just accept responsibility. But there's no need to panic. Yet. According to the Heaven's Punishment Statutes, trespassing is only a Class 11 offense. If you pay the fine, you can become legal tourists right now.
Well, why didn't you say so? But what exactly is this punishment?
It's simple. Just pay 10 times the entrance fee. That would be 10 billion X-tolls, exactly. It'll be 10 billion X-tolls each, or 70 billion X-tolls for all 7 of you. If you pay up right now, your record will be wiped clean.
70 billion X-tolls? How much is that in berries?
Berries? That Blue Sea currency? Let me see. There are 10,000 X-tolls to 1 berry.
How much?
70 billion X-tolls are 7 million berries.
That's a fortune! Do you realize how many tons of rice you could buy with that? We risk our lives to get to this country, and now you want us to pay you a fortune to stay here?
It's your own fault. You should have just paid the original fee of 700,000 berries at the point of entry.
It was too much! Forget it. Ignore that guy. We have to go find Nami. She's probably in tears by now.
And then it cuts to Nami, who's on the outskirts of the White Sea, the White Sea, and she sees Luffy and company in the distance.
Oh, rats, somebody's already there. It's probably those men from the forest. Please don't do anything rash, you guys.
So much inflation. I know, right? This is like the Hyrule inflation in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. So much stuff is expensive, but the way you get rupees is just so small. It's no wonder people come up with duplication glitches. Hyrule inflation is just as bad as Skypiea's is.
I should warn you, we white berets serve the commies' vassals. You'll only make things worse for yourselves if you resist. By the way, this waiver is damaged. There is a law against Blue Sea people damaging Sky Island property. It's a Class 10 offense. I'm afraid you're mistaken. That waiver belongs to them. Yeah, it's ours. That's a suspicious story. Blue Sea people don't have waivers. If this property was stolen from Sky Island, that's a Class 9 offense.
Shut up or I'll plaster you.
Wait!
And then it cuts to Nami, who's screaming in the distance.
Wait!
No, huh? Nami, you're safe!
Luffy, don't argue with them!
But this guy says,
Don't argue with them. But, Nami, then you're saying we should pay the 70 million berries for trespassing?
Thank goodness, we can get off with just a fine. 70 million berries is...
Are you crazy?
and then Nami takes the waiver and hits Captain McKinley directly in the face with it and sends him flying. And then Usopp and Zoro are like, hey!
Captain!
Huh? Darn it, that outrageous fine made me lose it! Thanks for letting me use your waiver, mister. It was fun.
You're welcome, but I'm sorry about all this unpleasantness. This is terrible.
Run, Luffy!
huh?
Why'd you just pick a fight with that guy? Don't do anything to cross the kami. I'm serious. That was an accident. That was an accident just now.
Hold it! Hold it! There's nowhere you can run. First, you verbally abused us, and that attack was clearly a case of obstructing a government official from performing his duties, a Class 5 criminal offense. In the name of Kami Enoru, I declare you exiled to the clouds!
Exiled to the clouds? That's...
Exiled to the clouds? That sounds kinda nice.
Well, it's not. You're dropped, ship and all onto an island cloud with no way to escape. And there you'll stay until you're nothing but bones. It's a death sentence.
Now we know what happened to the ship that fell from the sky. It was exiled to the clouds and left there until eventually, I guess the cloud got smaller and smaller and it dropped down on Luffy and the crew. Those people on that ship were exiled to the clouds too. Ooh, that's a horrible way to go.
Ah, that explains the ship that fell from the sky. That 200-year-old galleon. Maybe its crew was exiled to the clouds.
I didn't even see that panel. I didn't see that panel and Robin just said it. Okay, clairvoyance is on point today. What am I going to get for dinner? And how good would it be? Hold on, I'm testing this out. Since I clearly got clairvoyance, I might as well be able to see into the future. How fun will Final Fantasy 16 be? I got nothing. Continuing. Arrest them! Yes, sir! And then all of the police, all of the Skypiea police members pull out bows and arrows that have like shells at the tips of them.
Run! Please! You can't fight them!
Hold your tongue, young lady, or I'll have to charge you with aiding these criminals.
And then it cuts to them aiming, and Zoro and Sanji prepare to fight.
Let fly! Milky arrows!
And they go sailing towards Luffy and everyone else. Nami, go to the ship! You're in the way!
Okay!
What's that? And then Luffy dodges out of the way of these arrows, but all it does is create these long trails of clouds. Clouds! And then it cuts to some members of the police force who starts, I guess, skating across these clouds. Yeah, they start skating across the clouds. Wow! And Luffy's like surprised to see them surfing on it, but he also dodges out of the way before they try to stab him with their daggers. Those shoes of yours are cool!
What? How'd he do that?
As it shows Luffy stretching and going in the air.
Huh? His arm stretches!
What? Gum! And Luffy is airborne and he's spinning in all directions rapidly.
What? Devil fruit?
And then it shows a fist directly in front of McKinley. Gum! Fireworks! And since Luffy is spinning at high speeds in all directions, he just lets his fists and feet fly in all directions. So he just peppers everyone that's around him with blows. And he pretty much takes out everyone, knocking out everyone. Well, almost everyone, because it shows one dude aiming an arrow Shows one dude aiming an arrow at Luffy, but we just see Zoro sheathing his sword. And Sanji putting his foot down, because Zoro goes, "By the way, Nami, how much money do we have?"
50,000 berries each, berries in petty cash.
50. Is that all? We're in bad shape.
Why are we so poor? As your captain, I have to say this. You guys spend too much money. Most of it went to feed you.
Well, at least we beat them, thanks to my Formation B strategy.
And I'm like, Chopper, I know you're a kid. You're like, what, 15? He's 15. Well, I think he's 12. No, he's 15. He's 15. He should know better that Usopp is a liar, but he just falls on his every word. So it's like, everyone can tell that Usopp's a horrible liar except Chopper. He's so innocent. He's so innocent. It's a shame that Usopp uses that.
Really?
They're defeated.
The White Berets! I thought Blue Sea people were supposed to become incapacitated up here.
The fools. You should have surrendered quietly. We're the friendliest law officers you'll find in Godland. They won't be so gentle with you. You're Class 2 criminals now. Make all the fuss you want. But the Kami's vassals in the upper yard will deal with you. Esso!
And that's the end of chapter 242. Onwards to chapter 243. Kenzo is way too vocal for his own good. We ain't got time for that. The Bad Stuff Corner. Before we get to chapter 243, to the left is an author's page from volume 10 in French. In it, I mentioned that I'm the same age as Saze-san, but the French don't know who Saze-san is, of course, so an explanation is needed in the paragraph below. Thank you for going to so much trouble. I'll refrain from making unnecessary comments hereafter. I'm lying. And to the right, much to my surprise, they've even translated the SBS question corner. Oh no, all our silly banter has crossed the oceans. The children of the world must be saying,
The Japanese are so stupid.
unintelligent people will probably say that. It's okay, they're our friends too. Chapter 243, Trial. Wapple's Omnivorous Rampage Volume 7. King Dalton of the Cherry Blossom Kingdom. Your boy got a glow up. I'm happy for Dalton.
We've been tricked. Remember what that old lady said? You may pass, but when we did, we became trespassers? No fair!
I'll say, but then, if she had told us we couldn't pass, we would have just forced our way in anyway.
Shut up.
In any case, this is a terrible predicament. Now that you've been branded Class 2 criminals, there's no way we can help you.
How come you're way over there?
As Kanis and Pagaya are just like a far off distance from Luffy and the crew.
Oh well, we're used to being hunted. Why'd you have to come back anyway?
What?
We were just about to go to that place we're absolutely never supposed to go to have an adventure, and look for you.
You're a real genius, Luffy. What adventure? Didn't you hear what I said? There are scary guys on that island. If you'd seen what I saw, you wouldn't want to go there. I don't know if they're gods or what, but they definitely have godlike powers. I'm never going back there again.
And every time she says this, she's flicking and smacking Luffy in the forehead.
Then we'll go without you. You can stay here. No way, they'll come after us. We gotta get out of here.
You mean leave? Don't talk crazy! What's more important, your life or adventure?
My life, and after that, money.
Oh, and do I come after that?
Shut up. Now that
Because not Sanji goes, oh, and do I come after that?
Shut up.
And she hits him in the back of the head.
Now that I think about it, we figured out how to get to Skypiea, but we never gave any thought to how we get back. Can we ever go home? Will we ever see the blue sea again?
It's very perilous, I'm afraid. But there is a way down to the blue sea. You have to go down one level and sail to the far east of the White Sea, to a place known as Cloud's End.
Cloud's End?
Yes, but I wouldn't advise you to try to escape that way. You'd have to cross a vast sea in the sky.
Huh? What do you mean?
What? We can't go home?
Goes Nami.
But isn't it just as dangerous for us to stay here? And if we stay, we'll make trouble for you. They'll know where we are. Let's sail. Kanis, Pagaya, thanks for everything.
Hey, old man, can we have the rest of that food from before?
Certainly.
Yes! Sanji, get the bento boxes!
Very shrewd.
I have a request too, mister. You're an engineer, right? Could we have some spare parts to repair our ship?
Of course, come with me.
And then it cuts to Luffy going, hey, where are you going? Oh no, this is Nami going, hey, where are you going? To get the food! You guys get the ship ready. We're gonna have an adventure!
Ugh. He seriously wants to get us killed. Those guys are dangerous.
Luffy doesn't care.
I love Zoro sometimes.
And neither do I, so don't expect me to talk him out of it.
Chopper, you're on my side, right?
Right.
And then it cuts to Chopper, who's trying to get back into the ship.
Is that a threat?
You know how Luffy is. It wouldn't make any difference to him if we all went on strike.
Well, I'm not going.
Suit yourself.
And then it was cutting to Chopper struggling to get in the ship, but then it cuts to Robin, who's going,
I was just going to drop the ladder.
before Chopper got into the ship and forced his way back on. And then it cuts to the Straw Hat crew as it cuts to Captain McKinley, who's still prone, looking at them from a distance, as they're arguing on the ship.
Hey, if those bad people show up, what if those bad people show up and kill me?
Fine by me.
And then Nami hits him in the head, apparently.
Robin, maybe you and I together could beat Luffy up.
Impossible.
And then it cuts to Captain McKinley.
Bad people, fools. The Kami and his vassals will crush you. They live to punish fools who enter the sacred land. You will be guided to the forbidden place, the upper yard.
And then it cuts to Usopp along with Pagaya and everyone else.
Are you the ship's carpenter, Usopp?
No, I'm the sharpshooter. We don't have a carpenter yet, but those guys depend on me for everything. It's a real pain sometimes. Without me, this ship wouldn't sail.
I guess you'd say I'm kind
of like a second captain. Everybody calls me Captain!
Your arrangement of the food is very artistic. What lovely colors.
Usopp!
Yeah, presentation is crucial. No, red would look better over here. And some emerald green sky beans here. This looks yummy. These are for Nami and Robin.
I can't believe this is food. I've never seen such a beautiful lunch.
Really? Well, this one's for you, Canis.
What? For me?
Of course. I call it my Love is a Dilemma, Falling for an Angel bento box.
Oh my.
Well, it all looks the same once it's in your belly.
Quiet, you uncouth rube! Food should appeal to all the senses. Hey, there's something going on out there.
What is it, Usopp?
There's a ruckus on the ship!
A party?
Huh?
Nami!
As it cuts to Nami and something's happening to her.
What? Why'd she put on a shirt?
And he's upset that Nami put a shirt on and she's not in like her bikini top anymore.
You fool.
Why'd she put on a t-shirt? Is that what's important here?
Huh? The ship's moving!
Huh? Why? Where are they going?
Where are they going? Huh? She's sailing backwards. No, she's not sailing. Look under the ship.
Stop! What's going on?
That's a famous inhabitant of the White Sea, the Special Lobster Express.
And it shows that, okay, so you remember how there was a lobster express that brought them up to this upper area? Well, an even larger one is holding on to the Mary right now. It's carrying us away!
Jump overboard. There's still time. But what about the Mary Go? Without the ship?
Don't worry, I'll stay with it.
What? But what can you do all by yourself?
They've made sure we can't abandon ship.
And then it cuts to the actual sea.
Those are gigantic skyfish. See?
And you remember how we came across these skyfish, the flat ones, the small ones, one that was inside of Usopp's pants. Well, now there's a much larger array of them all in this sea.
They're chasing after us with their mouths wide open. If we jumped, they...
If we jumped, they'd get us for sure.
Can't we beat up the lobster?
It probably wouldn't do any good. It's already begun.
Heaven's punishment. Instead of coming after us, they're bringing us to them. Very clever.
Then we're going to the Forbidden Land? Luffy! Usopp! Sanji!
And then it's just silence. And then it zooms in further to Usopp and everyone else, with Sanji still can't get over the fact of... with Sanji still not getting over the fact that Nami put on a shirt going,
Why'd she put her t-shirt on?
Are you still saying that? Luffy, this is bad. What do we do?
where'd they go?
Where? That's... Huh? Where'd they go?
And then it cuts to Pagaya, who goes,
The Special Lobster Express is one of the Kami's servants. Everything it carries off becomes an offering to the Kami. It's headed to the northeast of the upper yard, to the sacrificial altar.
Sacrificial? You mean Nami and the others are gonna be sacrificed to that Kami guy? That jerk, he better not hurt them.
Wait, you don't understand.
What?
It's all part of heaven's punishment. Criminals either become sacrificial offerings, or they undergo a challenge. Or so I've heard. They're in the Kami's powers now. Sacrificial offerings mean they're hostages.
Hostages?
The ones who are really being punished right now are you three.
Huh? What do you mean?
If I had a map...
I just happen to have a map of Skypiea in here.
This is very old, but it looks accurate, though. This is our present location. The sacrificial altar lies to the northeast. There's only one way to get there. Find a dial ship and follow the Milky Road through the forest where the Kami's vessels are.
Wait, mister. Instead of crossing the island, couldn't we sail over the coast nearest the altar?
No, the altar cannot be reached on foot, even by the nearest coast. There's one important detail of the upper yard that's missing from this old map.
You mean this Cloud River?
Yes, there are several hundred Milky Roads in all. The only way to get to the altar is to follow the Milky Road.
So, no matter where we land, we'll run into the river.
Yes, and it's teeming with man-eating fish.
That was nice of them. So if we want our friends and our ship back, we'll have to face these vassals, right?
That's our challenge. Heaven's punishment.
Then we just have to clobber those guys that Nami told us about, right? And then Luffy is just laughing this off, because it's just another adventure for him.
Why are you so happy about it?
You mustn't let down your guard. The Kami's 4 vassals are unimaginably strong, and above them in the upper yard, Kami Eneru awaits.
And that's the end of chapter 243. Onwards to chapter 244, but we got another section for an SBS, I think. Oda. This is the American version. In November of 2002, Shonen Jump made its debut in the United States. It has attracted quite a lot of interest. Dragon Ball, Sandland, Shaman King, Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh, and One Piece are all published in it. Wow, I wonder what's gonna happen. Manga like One Piece are being read in many countries now. The global expansion is getting more and more interesting, but I'll just keep doing what I've been doing. Well, this concludes the special SBS Question Corner International Investigation Committee section. Please look forward to all of the fun question corners in the next volume. See you then! Chapter 244, SOS. And I think we are going all the way up to chapter 246. I am correct. So we got 2 more chapters after this one. We're almost there. I know this may seem like a bit of a long stream, but we're almost there. Wapple's Omnivorous Rampage Volume 8, My Great Tearful Escape. As Wapple apparently escaped his chains and is running away from the 2 Navy dudes that currently had him apprehended. Godland Skypiea. Lovely Street, Angel Island. Wow, what a great place! Look at all the shops!
Lovely Street is the busiest street on Angel Island. Its builders took advantage of the special properties of island clouds in its construction.
And then it just cuts to numerous citizens who are looking back at them and they're whispering to each other and they're giving them like side eyes and scared looks.
Are they avoiding us?
Yeah, they must know we're outlaws.
This is great! The town center is totally empty! Aw, the angels...
The angels are all avoiding me.
They sell a lot of weird stuff here. I wish I had some money. I wonder if they'd take some treasure in trade.
Luffy, we're not here to shop. Nami and the others are about to become sacrificial offerings. Don't you even care?
Don't worry, Zoro's with them.
You trust that guy to protect them?
I just hope the ship doesn't get damaged any worse than it was. We've been pretty hard on her lately.
Huh? What's that in the middle of the road?
Oh,
what a funny face. It looks like a seal.
What's the big idea? What's the big deal? It's probably some pagan idol.
Fool, this is a work of art. I can tell.
that's Vars. To the inhabitants of the sky, it's an object of eternal admiration.
Huh? You guys worship that thing? Must be nuts.
I suppose Blue Sea people wouldn't understand. The wharves are this way.
Huh? We're leaving already?
We're not here to sightsee, Luffy.
And then it cuts to people who keep looking more and more at him, and the citizens are looking as Captain McKinley. You know, the same dude that... He's still crawling across the ground, following Luffy and everyone. He's crawling across the ground in public in broad daylight. As he's keeping an eye on him, and he's smirking to himself while everyone else is leaving. And all the citizens are staring at him like he's weird. 'Cause he is.
Angel Island, the boat landing.
Wow, I see ships. Yeah! Wow, look at that gondola. How cool. Let's rent it. Hey, look back there. It's self-propelled like a waver.
Your ship is over here.
This might turn into a cool gondola journey.
We're here to save Nami and Robin, you idiot. Stop being such a tourist.
This is the Karasumaru.
Huh? That's crazy!
A crow? Why not a seabird?
And their boat is basically just like this bird-shaped boat with like two engines, like two exhaust ports on the side. It looks really cool.
I used to use it all the time before I learned how to ride a waver. It's not as fast as a waver, but it's got 2 wind dials. Please use it.
But I like that one better.
You don't like it? I'm sorry, but I don't have the money to rent that one for you.
Luffy, you ingrate! Apologize! Tell Kanis you're sorry and mean it, you human scum!
And Sanji just kicks Luffy in the face.
Sorry.
The way out is through Gate 2. You'll come out onto the Great Milky Road, which will take you to Upper Yard. Then just keep to the road.
Hey, Kanis.
Yes?
Ever since we left your house, you've been shaking. How come?
Huh?
And then it cuts to the fact that Kanis has been trembling ever since she's left with Luffy and everyone else. And then it cuts to all the citizens who notice as well.
I have?
Yeah, it's like you're scared or something. And then McKinley keeps looking on.
You're worried about us, huh, Kanis? That's so sweet.
And then Usopp chimes in.
But are you and your dad gonna be okay? The town and the people in this town are obviously avoiding us, but you're lending us your boat and helping us. Won't you get in trouble?
Hey, you're all pale. If you were that scared, you should have said something. And then it cuts to Kanis, who goes,
No, I'm not.
You're not?
Keep your mouth shut.
As it cuts to all the citizens. Odd. I remember closing that man cave door a couple of minutes ago. Odd. It's entirely odd. Hopefully you guys can't hear it.
Keep your mouth shut.
As Canis bites her lip, but everyone is looking kind of tensely at Canis as she's starting to speak.
Don't you think it's strange that I tell you how to get to the challenge and even lend you my boat? It's almost as though I'm leading you to your doom.
And then it cuts to another citizen who goes, "Hey, stop! Are you insane?" And then it cuts to Canis, who's like looking scared. And then all the citizens are kind of staring her down like, "Don't say anything, don't say anything." Are they all in on it? Goes Sanji as he looks around and he thinks to himself, and Usopp notices something strange going on too. Then it cuts back to Pagaya's and his house, and it cuts to Sue, who runs up to him, and Pagaya is like holding his head in his hands, going, oh. And then it cuts to Canis, who drops to her knees, going,
Please, run away. I'm sorry.
"Stop! What are you saying?"
I was the one who summoned the Special Lobster Express.
"That thing that carried off Nami and the others? You summoned it, Canis? That fool! Do you want to die? It was your duty!"
If a citizen of Skypiea knows that someone is a criminal and doesn't lead him to the punishment site, that citizen is killed.
And then it cuts to the citizens who start running towards Canis. "Stop it! Do you realize what you're saying? It's blasphemy! Grab that girl! It's the duty of every citizen!"
It's the duty of every citizen. Please forgive me.
That's crazy.
Isn't it insane? This whole place is insane.
Dummy, you had no choice, right? So why didn't you just tell us that? And both Usopp, Sanji, and Luffy all scream at her for like, "Why didn't you just tell us that?"
Huh?
Now you're in trouble. It's all over. It's too late for her. Don't go near that girl.
The punishment
is coming. As Luffy and Canis just get a light just appears right above them. And Luffy notices and he grabs Canis and he jumps out of the way.
What the?
And the whole area, not just the small area where Canis and Luffy are, implodes, but a big section of the town gets blasted. It gets absolutely blasted, causing even some buildings to be tossed up in the air and the whole topography of the town to just be changed. And then it cuts to the citizens getting up as the smoke is clearing.
Ugh. What was that? What happened? Luffy!
Canis!
Where'd she go? Luffy! Canis!
It's no use. The almighty Kami Eneru sees everything. Don't worry about your friends.
Hey! It's that strange old man!
Strange?
You love their antenna? It makes them unique amongst other people. It makes them quite unique. But Ganfor is here.
Hey! It's that strange old man!
Strange? Please call me the Sky Knight. Consider this a favor.
We're saved!
Thank goodness, Canis. And then it cuts to Luffy. Who drops from Ganfor.
Entrust this girl to me. I will not allow Eneru to harm her. Now you know the true nature of this country, and the power, and of the Kami's power. Heed it.
As Luffy gets dropped off of Ganfor, and Ganfor takes Canis with him. It's Ganfor! I could care less about this country. My friends are on the Kami's island.
I see. May luck be with you.
Get in the boat. I will give you a push. Set out with confidence.
I will give you a push. Set out with confidence.
You're coming too.
Ah!
And then Luffy stamps his foot on the bird boat and goes, "All right, let's go to the upper yard." And then it cuts to Ganfor and Canis.
Will they be all right?
They chose the right path. It's not your fault. I know who you are.
I know who you are.
I am the Sky Knight.
Everybody knows. Please, come back to us, Kami.
And she calls Ganfor Kami. But that's the end of chapter 244. Onwards to chapter 245. We're almost done. Hopefully I can get these chapters done before my sister comes back with my food. Chapter 245, Adventure on Kami's Island. Wapple's Omnivorous Rampage, Volume 9, A King No More. And it shows Wapple, who's just basically homeless. He's no longer a king, and he's just surviving on the bare minimum of stuff. Like, he's a criminal, and he's no longer a king. Then it cuts to Luffy and company. Will Canis be okay? Well, that strange old man seems to be all right. He can protect her as long as we can. And we couldn't bring her with us. This boat is too slow. That can't be helped. It's a lot heavier than a waver, so don't expect too much. Hey, what's that? A huge forest? Wow, is it on the map? And it cuts to them on this milky road, but there's a giant forest down the bend in front of them.
Well, there's a forest, but nothing like this.
Whoever owned that map lived 200 years ago, right? It may have been an old map even then. It'd take 1,000 years for a forest to grow to that size. I want to climb a tree. There's the entrance. All right, if we're going to turn back, now's the time. What do you say, Usopp?
Well, I'd like to go home if we could.
We're going in. Then why'd you ask? Because it cuts to them going to the forest, and there's a lot of tribal motifs all over the place, including gigantic skulls next to spears, posted up on spears in the distance as well. And it cuts to the whole, and the motifs that I just mentioned, it's just terrifying Usopp as he's looking at it. And they're going past these idols, which includes the idols that look like the Vars statue that we saw earlier on. And as they're moving forward, there's someone in a tree.
Huh?
And Usopp notices, but can't see who it is. Then a bird is calling.
Ah! There's something out there!
Well, this is a forest.
Wait! Look! We're surrounded by shipwrecks!
Well, this is a forest.
What's that got to do with it? Again?
Well, you find all sorts of things. You'll find all sorts of things in a jungle.
No! Speed up! Give it full power! Faster! Row faster! Row! Hurry up! Make the boat fly!
Why? What's the matter? And then it cuts to Luffy and company as something pops up right behind them. Huh? And it's a giant swinging blade that just barely manages to hit Luffy and everybody.
Ah!
A sickle monster!
Look out! There's another one coming!
And then it shows that, okay, so these big blade pendulums, that's the name of them. They're just swinging back and forth across the area where Luffy and company are trying to make their way through.
No, it's not just one more.
Row as hard as you can! And then it cuts to them rowing as hard as they can through this big gauntlet of swinging pendulums. What's going on? Ahead! Look up! Look up ahead! Oh, wait.
Ahead! Look up ahead! Brake, Luffy!
No good. We can't stop in time. Switch places with me, Usopp. Come!
Luffy, what are you doing? Go that way!
Never mind, just keep going straight ahead. And it cuts to Luffy, who uses Bazooka! And using that, he manages to cause the pendulum to go in a different direction.
Yeah, we're clear! Look out! Uh-oh, what's with this? The entrance is way over there. Should we get off here?
Should we get off here?
Are you crazy? We'll be killed!
Maybe so. And then something pops up in front of him, and it's a giant... looks like a giant lamprey. Yeah, it's a lamprey. I knew it was a lamprey.
Huh?
and it jumps up, but Sanji kicks it in the face. A snake? It's a lamprey. They probably call it a sky lamprey. It's a bloodsucker, and it's huge. This Milky Road is bad news. If we hang around here, we're doomed. Looks like we have to keep going forward. Ah! A giant!
That's just a statue, Luffy.
That's just a statue, Luffy.
But it's a dead end!
Oh no! There are 4 entrances! Does each one lead to a different place? So we have Challenge of the Swamp, Challenge of the Iron, Challenge of the String, Challenge of the Ball. Hey! Does that mean we can go through whichever one? Oh, that's Usopp. I think that's Usopp saying this.
Challenge of the Swamp, Challenge of the Iron, Challenge of the String, Challenge of the Ball.
Hey, does that mean we can go through whichever one we want? Is this Kami playing games with us? And it cuts to Zoro as he's clashing with like one of these fish that the clash with one of these flat fishes that were going after the Mary earlier.
Zoro! It's a shark. It's a shark! A sky shark's got Zoro!
And then it dives underwater, under the clouds with Zoro. And there's just silence. And then Nami goes,
He's not coming up! Did it eat him? Ah! Zoro's been eaten!
If he'd been eaten, the clouds would have turned red.
That's a gruesome thing to say, Robin!
what a pain! As Zoro comes up out of the clouds, holding on to all of his swords and also punching this flat shark directly in the face in the process and knocking it out.
Jeez, there's no way I can swim to the bank from here. What is this place?
One thing's for sure, we're in the upper yard. This looks like a sacrificial altar, and that river's full of sky sharks.
What a place that thing brought us to, stupid lobster.
You knocked that thing out with your bare fist! Zoro is strong!
I wonder if heaven's punishment means starving to death on this altar.
You think that Kami guy would be that nice?
Hard to say, I've never met him.
The hull's too badly damaged for us to sail out of here. We'll have to make repairs here somehow, Chopper.
Huh? Me? Alright.
Make repairs? Do you have a plan?
We have to get into the forest. This will be our base of operations. I'm sure Luffy and the others will come looking for us. You know what they say. If you get lost, stay where you are.
Then why don't you?
This Kami guy's here somewhere, right? I'll go have a talk with him.
No! What would you say to somebody that scary?
I don't know. Depends on his attitude, I guess.
Zoro, I bet you're even stronger than the Kami!
No, you can't make the Kami mad, and there are his vassals to worry about too. Don't you know better than to anger the gods?
Sorry, but I don't pray to the Kami, so I don't owe him anything.
Wow! Dear Kami, I don't know this guy.
I think we can use that. I think we can use that vine.
That's a good idea. Can I come with you?
Huh? Sure, as long as you don't slow me down.
You're going too, Robin? You're going too, Robin? Why?
Look at this. This altar must be 1,000 years old. I tingle all over when I come across a historical relic like this. Who knows what's out there? There might be valuable artifacts or jewels.
I'm coming too!
And Nami just perks right up over the prospect of treasure being found.
What? Weren't you afraid?
We're looking for history.
Her eyes are fairy signs.
1, 2.
Oh, and then Zoro is literally saying, oh, as he's swinging on the vine.
Is that some kind of special yell? It's a long way down.
Over 150 feet. If you miss, you're dead.
Don't say things like that! I'm going too fast! I can't stop!
And then Robin uses her powers to catch Nami.
You're pretty gutsy.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Robin. That's okay. This forest is huge.
Okay, Chopper, guard the boat.
We're counting on you.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Okay, be careful. Come back safely. Nami's with Zoro and Nico, so she'll be all right. And I'm too scared to go.
Those guys are so brave. I wonder if I'll ever be brave like that. Anyway, I have things to do. They have a lot of faith in me to let me guard the ship all by myself in this dangerous forest. That's right. I'm all alone in this dangerous place. Ah. I'm in more danger than they are!
And that's the end of chapter 245. Onwards to chapter 246 and the final chapter of this volume, Satori, Vassal of the Forest of No Return. A class 2... bit my tongue. A class 2 criminal offense. They have no respect for the kami.
Let's give them the challenge. They choose, we provide.
Guilt to live with ignorance. There's no peace to be found in the heavens.
Swamp!
Iron! String!
Ball!
We can only choose one challenge. What do we do? All right.
What do we do?
All right, let's go with the ball. Doesn't that sound like fun? It's a challenge, it's not fun. I like ball too. It sounds the most harmless, I hope. Oh well, what the heck? It's decided. But stay alert. We're in the upper yard. 33. Oh wait, this is Sanji because Luffy doesn't go by numbers. Oh well, what the heck? It's decided. But stay alert. We're in the upper yard, 33,000 feet above sea level. Anything could happen. Let's go! And then they go in a tunnel and it's all dark. And Usopp has his eyes closed. Hey, open your eyes, Usopp. You're steering.
They're open, but I can't see anything.
Huh? What's this? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Weren't there 4 entrances? One's right and the others are wrong.
Huh?
What? Don't tell me that.
Don't tell me that now! What if we chose the wrong one?
If we're wrong, let's see. Maybe we'll fall off Sky Island.
Don't say that! We can't fall! It's 33,000 feet to the blue sea! They see your whole life flashes before your eyes when you're falling. You'd have a lot of time to see it if you fell that far.
Don't talk like that, jeez.
No way!
Okay. They go sailing out of the other end of the tunnel, and it's just a massive dead drop. And Sanji's eyes pops out of his skull, Luffy's eyes pops out of his skull, Usopp's eyes pops all the way out of his face, along with his teeth. Huh?
Huh? Ah! No!
And then they land in the waters down below.
We're alive.
This was the funniest scene in anime. I gotta look at it.
I really thought we were gonna fall 30,000 feet.
This is your fault, you idiot. That was scary. I thought I was gonna die. But where are we? Balls! Lots of balls! That could easily be taken out of context with no pictures to accurately depict what I just described. Balls made of island cloud. Wow, they're like gigantic snowballs! The Milky Road winds through the forest. What's the challenge supposed to be? Who knows? Maybe we're completely safe now, but I doubt it. Maybe we chose the right opening. Maybe if we've chosen one of the others, we'd be in big trouble right now.
Oh, yeah, you could be right.
What? Don't let your guard down. They brought us...
What? What?
Don't let your guard down. They brought us here to punish us. There's sure to be danger. Use your heads. It's bound to be some kind of trap. Just stay alert and let's just keep moving forward. I'm thirsty. Let's take a tea break.
Oh, good idea. Oh, good idea. Get those crackers out of your backpack. Sounds good.
You guys! Like, they're not even focusing right now. Skycracker?
No!
Listen.
I'll steer. You two keep a lookout on either side.
Whoa, we're going higher and higher. But this is strange. Kami has 4 vassals, so I assume that each of the entrances would lead to one of them. Was I wrong? Hey, Usopp, catch!
Okay.
And they're just messing with the floating sky cloud balls. You're supposed to be standing watch! And then out of this ball pops up a snake.
Ah!
A snake? Lousy snake, get lost! And Luffy kicks it away.
That was a surprise. How did... Hey, Sanji, there's a cloud in front of you!
I'll kick it far away. And then Sanji kicks it. Stupid balls! Are they floating? Are they all floating snake nests? And as soon as he kicks it, it blows up. And it turns out that it exploded. It was basically a bomb.
These balls are booby-trapped!
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Oh, ho, ho! You never know what's inside them. They're surprise clouds.
Hey, who was that?
Ho, ho, ho! Hesso! You did well to choose my challenge of the ball. Ho, ho, ho! Satori of the Forest, Kami's vassal. You're giving us this challenge? You're a ball yourself. Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Stop dancing. Who are you?
He looks kinda stupid.
That's one of the Kami's vassals. Hey, Dumpling! Nami and the others better be okay.
You mean the hostages? I don't know. They're as good as dead, even if they somehow manage to get off the altar. Every load here leads to death.
What?
But you better worry about yourselves. You have to defeat me if you want to get out of here alive. Ho-ho!
Now, mind you, you say ha ha ha, Ozzy, but he's saying ho 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 here in the manga.
He's coming, Luffy! Get him! Let him have it!
All right, I'll shoot him down.
Ho! So you can stretch.
Gum gum? Huh? Pistol! And it shows Satori already in front of Luffy before Luffy's fist was fully extended. And he's preparing to hit Luffy.
Aye!
And then Satori hits Luffy directly in the face and sends him flying into the distance.
Ah!
And Luffy's straw hat is thrown into the air, and Luffy is thrown hard against a tree. Luffy! And it shows Luffy bleeding after getting hit in the face by Satori.
Hey! Hey, Luffy! Hey, Luffy! You're all right, aren't you? No way a simple blow like that could hurt you!
A simple blow? You're wrong there.
I'll show you wrong.
Ho-ho! Head kick, right leg.
Collier? What?
Mantra is a power granted only to the faithful.
That's impossible. He anticipated my move.
Aye!
And then Satori hits Sanji as well. I'm sorry, just imagine someone hitting you, and before they hit you, they go,
aye!
Every time they hit someone.
Aye!
And he hits Sanji, sending him backwards and bloodied as well.
Huh? Sanji?
There's nothing simple about it.
As Satori is right next to Usopp, who's just looking at Sanji, and he winds up hitting Usopp as well.
Impact! It destroys the body, starting with the spinal cord.
And it shows both Sanji, Usopp, and Luffy all heavily hit by whatever Satori's doing to them. Hey! Sanji! Usopp! What is that guy? I don't know. What's he made of?
Ho, ho, ho! My name is Satori. I'm one of the vassals that serve the omnipotent Kami Eneru. I rule over the Vars in the Forest of No Return.
No return?
Yes, your boat will be lost in this great forest.
Hey, leave our boat alone.
It will roam this forest on the Milky Road until it eventually finds the only exit on its own. Perhaps you already know this, but you'll never find your way to the sacrificial altar's offerings without that boat. You must find your ship and board it before that happens. But of course, the countless surprise clouds floating around in here and I won't allow you to do that. Welcome to the forbidden sacred land, the Upper Yard. Ho! Only 10% survived the Forest of No Return. This is the challenge of the ball!
To be continued in One Piece Volume 27. Well, it took me a hot minute. We had an internet mishap and we had to deal with it, but we are finally done with Volume 26. Thankfully, it won't have that period where the internet was not on in the video. It'll just cut back to when I say, like, we're back, and I continue on with the story. So, it pretty much won't lose anyone when it's fully processed and out there for everyone. So, I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. I got food on the way. This was yet another fantastic chapter of One Piece, as I have it upside down. I'm sorry. And I can't wait to read volume 27 tomorrow. Lord's will, nothing happen. The internet will be fine, and we can have like a much more easier time to go through when it comes to me reading the next volume of One Piece. To everyone here, thank you. First and foremost, to everyone who stuck around, even despite the mishap, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart and the rest of my heart. Thank you. Because, sometimes these things happen, and I just thank you for your patience. But to everyone else here, thank you for allowing me to do this for a living and all the support that you guys have shown me thus far. And to everyone who shows support later in the future and does it now, I'm just saying thank you overall for all that you do for me. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know, because the more the merrier as we go for 100,000 subscribers. And maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.